Yo, what up, dudes? All right, we're getting started on time today to make up for last week. Well, unfortunately, though, we are going to be on time, but there's not going to be a ton to do. We're going to have a short stream today for two reasons. One, there's just not really anything to go over. We're going to do some gambling on Jiawei, and that's kind of it. We're going to probably maybe hit up Boundary Push just for fun, but there's not really, like, as usual, not this. The challenge modes are not open. Maybe you guys want to watch me do, I don't know, you can watch me do story mode, I guess, for 4 hours. But yeah, there's no challenge mode, no platoon stuff, no. We already did the expansion drill last week. That was a disaster. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, we're just gonna do some gambling. Let's start with that, and then we'll figure out what we want to do. Maybe we'll kind of look at the character. I actually, I have to be honest here. I don't even know what this character does because I wasn't super interested in her. I mean, I know she's a Vanguard for Hydro, and she does a lot of like repositioning. But other than that, I kind of don't. I have a very loose idea of how she works. But we'll see if we even grab her. I'm normally, I would say a skip, but I have been doing at least one 50-50 worth of rolls on every character. So we're going to do that, and we're going to see how it goes. And it seems like the microphone is spiking a little high, so I apologize if I am unusually loud today. But yeah, we're at a fresh, brand new 50-50 here. Literally 0 in. And we're just going to kind of throw some at it, and we'll go till a 5-star pops up, and we'll see what happens. Well, we'll actually click through these just because we're not going to do too many. I don't know about you guys, but I love individually going through these. That was the 3-star weapon or whatever, the regular version of it. 4 stars, boss. No ultra luck. Okay, we're on the normal schedule this time. No, we're gonna skip these because I'm sorry, Colfan, you're just a little too squeaky of a voice. Yeah, I'm interested to see who the next character after this is. It's been hinted at that it's going to be Springfield. Did we talk about the? I'm trying to think. I don't think we. Oh yeah, we did. We had to because I was talking about Jiawei last week. Yeah, we talked about the preview for the next version. It's definitely hinted at that Springfield's going to be next. It's weird though because we're past the 6-month anniversary point. Like technically, it was 10 days ago. If you want to be like super specific, but Jesus Christ. But yeah, they kind of didn't do anything for it, which is not too unusual, but it is a little weird. I expected there was going to be more than a little promo code in the happy 6-month anniversary. It's like if you're it's not really worth celebrating, but at the same time, it's like if you're even going to acknowledge it, I don't know. Oh, Wooly, you got Jiawei. Did you? So Wooly says that he was gonna pull to pity once. He got a surprise Sabrina in the first 10, so he's like, screw it, I'm just gonna go for Jiawei. Did you have to go to like hard pity technically, like another 70, or did you get it early after that? That would be pretty wild. Although getting a Sabrina, that hurts because she's in the boss like redemption shop. What are we at? We're at 40. Okay, so this is 50, so we're not quite at soft pity yet. I'm waiting for the double 4 stars. No, stop it, dude. There's other 4 stars in this pool besides you, Colfane. About 60 pulls. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Have you started using her yet? I would be interested to know what you think of her, because I kind of have no opinions. Like, she's kind of like one of the forgotten units. She got released, and even in the CN servers, like, nobody really talked about her. And even in, to my knowledge, like, current day meta, nobody really uses her either, so she's one of the forgotten ones. Ooh, yeah, I guess we're going to soft pity. No earlies this time. I think that kind of the issue is for a lot of fights, for a lot of the hard content, you just don't need that much mobility. And even if you did need that much mobility, there's like cheaper and easier options. So it's like you almost want the Vanguard type units to be super mobile and also have some really interesting like utility style abilities. But a lot of them kind of don't. Yeah, like for me, it's like I have Diane for like my quote mobile character, and she kind of just covers all the bases all the time. I never felt like I needed a second super mobile character. And anytime there was like a map where it's like I need like some sort of mobility to like cross a gap or something, it's like good old Klukai on the motorcycle just zooms right across everything. And to be fair, it's not just her, right? You could use like Krolik with her alt will let you dash past like terrain and stuff. A little more restrictive though. Okay, well, let's see here. This might be it. All right, this is the 50-50. We'll see who we get. Not meant to be. It's not meant to be, boys. But wait, what about the double 5-star? Surely. Ah, it's over. It's over, guys. Sorry, pack it up. No Zhao. I wonder if I'm gonna change my mind later. Let's just see what she actually does. So I know when she ults, she drops this thing, this interpretable arrow, and she can use this as like an anchor point. Yep, congestion, which prevents some healing, but there's not really many bosses that heal. That is all 6 confectants to do that. Let's look at her passive. Most of the characters' kits tend to be kind of lumped together in their passive. Yep, so she can pick one of those arrows with a 9, teleport, get some confectants. She does support attacks. And does damp to them. This is just like a mini version of congestion, which like only halves the healing, or 40%. And ooh, she can only do it once per turn. That's kind of gross. Ew, that's not good. Okay, this one also lets her put down there. Okay, so she doesn't need her alt to put the arrow down. She can put it down with her skill too. Is this a one-time use for 2 turns? I'm curious if this is a one-time use, but even if it's not, it's like, not great. Stuns, which most of the important stuff in the game is immune to. Yeah, ew, she's kind of, her skill set's kind of gross. Now I understand why like nobody was really excited about her kit. Um, yikes. So she has to spend all her convectants to do this, right? And really all it does is it's not even AoE to the nearest enemy. So she only hits one enemy and puts congestion on them, and it's not even, I mean, 160% attack is an okay multiplier, but it's not crazy good. It just lets you get a lot of mobility because like this is a huge range. 9 is a lot. So that's kind of cool that it like lets you teleport out, but like you do no damage with either your other abilities either, right? Like this is 90% hydro to all enemies. This is an AoE, which is nice. But it's like it's really low damage, right? 90% is like yikes. And then yeah, this one's a stun, which is like that would be good, except that literally everything in the game that you're scared of is immune to stun. So it's like, what are you gonna do? Stun a like Diner Gate? It's like, ooh, whoopity do. All the bosses are immune to stuns, and a lot of the elites they're either immune to stuns or like you have to stability break them in order to hit them with stuns. So this is subject, and she's got to be extremely close to them to do it. 4 tiles, which would be easy enough because she has crazy mobility, but does this... Okay, this does hit everybody in the line, though. Weird that it's AoE physical, though. We're back to this problem of, like, why is this physical, but all these are Hydro? Right, this is AoE Hydro. Ugh, man, I hate it when they do this. Yeah, because this is going to not mesh with a lot of... Because I'm trying to think of all the units. The big power-hitting units in Hydro are Tololo, Springfield, which is not really... only if you have, like, all of her segments. And that's kind of... And Tololo wants other people on the team to be doing Hydro damage to gain her stacks quicker, although that's less important once you get Springfield and Turbocharger. But still, it's just like this unit... Jiawei just kind of, like... I don't really know what she's supposed to be doing. Like, she doesn't even get Confectants very well, right? Like, she gets 1 Confectants around, maybe 2, right? This one gives you another one. So you can get, like, maybe 2. So I guess you're using your ult, like, every 3 to 4 turns. And all your ult does is a little bit of damage and 1 crappy debuff. Let's see her Neural Helix real quick. Bully says, the only utility she has is buff removal. Yeah, but like there's so many other units that have buff removal, right? Like just slap Chongju's fix key on her and now she does buff removal. Literally, like there's so many I can think of. You know, there's just a lot of buff removal in the game. I don't know if you really need a dedicated character for it. So let's see. That's okay. That is okay if you really want to put the healing debuff. Okay, well, it is nice that between this and the other, her skill 1, she can kind of do a lot of self-healing. Which is fine, except... The problem is we get to look back in hindsight, right? And I'm pretty sure Springfield has map-wide heals. Don't quote me on that. I think some of her skills are ranged, but I want to say, like, one of her big heals is map-wide. Or close to it. I'm not sure about that. I have to double-check, but it's weird because it's like... You have 2 problems when you split up from the team, right? One, you're off doing your own thing, and you're less worried about the healing. Mostly you're worried about the fact that you're getting surrounded, and you're just going to get killed. Because some of the tough enemies will just like either 1 or 2 shot you, and then it doesn't really matter if you can heal up after it if you're already dead. It also has this weird problem of a lot of the fights don't want you to split up. A lot of them want you to stay close together. For example, all of the Gunsmoke Frontline bosses want you to stick together. All of the... there's just not a lot of maps where there's like... You want one person to go off into the corner and do one thing by themselves and like lock it down and stay there. Right? Like that's kind of why Diane's like good. She hits that sweet spot of like she can like go super far off to the side of the map, do something like interact with a switch or something, and then come running back the next turn. There's not really a lot of situations where you want to be in like a corner of the map by yourself and sit there. So the healing is like a little less important. And once again, you have like global healers like Centurisi and Xiaomi. So it's like it's a little less important to have self healing. Just like I said, this is really good if you're using Colfane as the only healer on your team. Then it's good. But I guess anyway, back to the rest of these. This is nice too. The quick barrier is a very underrated. This is huge because this essentially lets you tank abilities out in the open. I really like quick barrier. Sometimes the boss will do like a targeted attack that hits kind of hard, and you can either be in cover and reduce it like to almost nothing, or you can just stand out in the open and live through the hit. Which one's Wanderer's Acumen? That's this one. Nice. And this one doesn't have a cooldown on it. It's weird that this has a 1-turn cooldown. It's like not even that strong in my opinion. I guess it's because it has a stun attached to it and they don't want you to stun lock something. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's okay. Once again, it's more like survivability. She's like very survivable. Yeah. Cleanse 2 buffs from the target from action support. This is not terrible, but like I said, it's just there's so many other people that have like dedicated cleansing abilities rolled into their kits. It's hard to get excited about it. And with the exception of like Gunsmoke Frontline bosses, I'm struggling to think of any elite enemies that do anything scary, because all the big buffs in the game just are either you can't cleanse them, right? Like the boss puts a big defense up buff on himself and it's like this can't be cleansed, so it's like, all right, well these type of abilities don't work. Or the enemy's like not tough enough that it really matters, right? Like it's an elite enemy and it takes like 3 or 4 hits to kill instead of 2 hits. There's not really like an enemy that like self buffs themselves and it's like, oh, as long as I keep this buff I have life drain, or I do 300% damage, so you better cleanse this off me or I'm going to kill your team through cover, right? Like if that was a situation, then people would start really valuing these type of units, but unfortunately I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, well, it says her kit implies that she should be flanking, but attacking targets within the same team, or but attacking targets within the team's range, since she has a support attack. Yeah, her kit works against itself in a weird way. Like, yeah, you want to be in like your own part of the map doing your own thing, but at the same time you are kind of stuck being within this range of the enemy that your teammates are attacking for your support attacks here. So yeah, she's got like a little bit of a confused kit. I don't know what the range of her attacks are. I think it's always based off the basic attack range, so 6. I guess that means her support attacks are 6 tiles away, which is not huge. Like for comparison, someone like, well, she doesn't have support attacks, but I want to say I can click the right thing. Refitting room. Chongju, I believe, has 8. Yeah, so Chongju's support attacks are 8, which does make a difference. Anyway, it's okay. We didn't get her, and I'm really inclined not to go crazy to try and get her either. So we're just gonna take the L on this one, guys, and till next time, we'll save up our tickets. So, like I say, especially with Springfield next. But let me. Oh, we didn't look at her. Let me look at her segments real quick. This is not a character you want to invest in. Like if her base kit is that weak, like you don't want to be investing segments. But we'll look at them anyway. Okay, so she gets more support attacks and she gets a little bit of a damage buff with a way to like. It summons her next. It summons it next to her at the beginning of the battle. So I guess you could like run into the boss up close, do something, and then teleport back to it. I don't really know why you'd want to do that. This is not bad. Going from 6 to 9 tiles is pretty huge, and then the AoE gets bigger. Ooh, that's strong. And the stability, wow. This is a huge upgrade. To be honest, this should be part of her base kit, in my opinion. Like this all of a sudden makes the ability not so crap. Like you get a decent, a respectable multiplier on it, and the range and the AoE starts to be like actually impressive. She's still not going to be cleaning up units like Klukai would in AoE, but at least now she has a little bit more utility, because you're also going to be putting this on more enemies, this Presence of Mind. So doesn't it already put it on there for 2 turns? Now, this would have been cool to keep in her kit at the base, too. This is another one where it's like, I'm surprised this is a segment. Relocates along with allied units within 2 tiles. Now, this would have given her some crazy good utility. You could be using her to move less mobile units like snipers around the battlefield. That would be huge. Whoa, this is a big miss, on my opinion. Like, the fact that they didn't roll this into her base kit. Big miss. Big miss. Because nobody else in the game even does this. To lock it behind segment 3 is also like, that's just very questionable. Oof, man. Oof. Big L on this one. Oh, I didn't even realize that it had to have a Hydra debuff to get the stun. I didn't even read that right the first time. Critical rate boost is increased. Like, that's not bad, but she's not a huge damage dealer, right? Like when you see stuff like this, where it's like crit rate is increased by 20%, that's great on someone like Chongju, who attacks multiple times in a turn, or somebody with just Unga Bunga huge multipliers, like a 200% damage attack, or like a big AoE attack. That's what you want to see it on, not a unit that has kind of like mediocre normal attacks, and then like maybe an alt that's decent and 1 support attack. You either want someone with a lot of support attacks, or you want someone with huge multipliers like Tolol. Tolol was the one I was thinking of. She's got like, her skills do like 200, almost 200% damage when you use them. But this is just like whale territory stuff. You'd never get these segments as a normal person unless you're crazy. Deselect. Okay, that's kind of cool. Once again, almost feel like you could roll this into the base kit, right? Like, would it really make her the most broken character ever if she could just teleport anytime she wants to the arrow? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that would like break the game balance. Yeah, and then more damage, and then yeah, this is just going to be your standard. Here's a bunch of extra damage. Yeah, okay. Nothing to see there. Yeah, dude, that's a big miss in my opinion. They really could have, if they would have rolled the ability to move allied teammates around the map with her imperturbable arrow, that would have made her way more interesting. But as it is now, she's just like a slightly different flavor of Diane, a water flavor to Diane, but not like too much water, just like a little bit of water. Well, I can't change the background this time, guys. I don't know what to do. Let's go with a tried and true classic. There we go. This is what we're going to have to sit with today because we don't have a new character to display. Wooly says, considering Tolo and Sabrina's kits, she makes sense in a mono water team, but she needs a key to double her convectance income to turn all her water damage around. I could see that. I don't know. Does she have a key in the CN servers, the Neuro upgrade key? I don't actually know. Like I said, really have ignored this character. Even then, I don't know if that really fixes some of her. I don't know if that fixes some of her problems. Like I said, really, I would have liked to seen the transport allies around in the base kit, but or some other kind of utility, right? Like I'm trying to think. So she's gonna be in the Hydro team, right? Like that's obviously what they're doing, like game design wise. They're moving towards like element based teams, where they want you to like match all the characters from the same element together. So water right now is kind of like doing all this like summon units type stuff. It's kind of weird. It's like Tololo's taking like multiple turns and doing huge spikes of damage, but like the other water units, which would be Springfield, Florence, and I'm forgetting one that summons something. But they're doing like this. They're doing like these like create pets and stuff and summon pets around. So maybe she should synergize with them somehow, and I'm not really sure how. Maybe the number of support attacks should go up, or like I said, the ability to give mobility to your teammates somehow. I wonder if it would be too silly to. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to theory craft because no one listens to my ideas, but they would have to give her a niche somehow where she buffs those types of units. Either she buffs because the utility she adds from her skill to add the healing when you attack it is fine, except that you're probably running Springfield on this team, and she's going to be healing a ton anyway, so you don't really need a double dip for your teammates. Like does Tololo really care if you've put a debuff on the enemy that allows you to heal when you hit them? It's like, not really. Okay, well, let's unlock the skin. That's all we got today, boys. That's okay, because next unit will be very high chance of Springfield. God forbid it's Florence. I will do crazy things. Maybe not that crazy, but I definitely will grab her. That would be the dream, is if they released Florence next. But Springfield's the obvious choice because I think they want to hype up the 6-month anniversary, and B, we're kind of at that point in the release schedule, and I think about it. Oh no, we skipped all the electric units. How could I forget? We skipped Belka, Lena. Oh god, Lena. And then we also skipped Andros. Yeah, we could do them. They could release those units too. So who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do? But we're gonna do what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one of these for fun, and we're just gonna sit and chill. Maybe we'll do 2 of them. Let's do this one. Let's use the good old, not exactly ice team. I put Diane on my ice team just cause, and then we need, who else we need? Take that and that. Perfect. That looks like everybody. Do it. Yeah, I really wish they would release some more ice units. This is the problem with doing an all single mono element like meta push, right? Like they're pushing the game towards like trying to build mono element teams. That means they either have to release a lot of units for a very specific element in a row, which gets kind of boring if you don't like that element, or it makes a bunch of half-built teams. Like, for example, Corrosion is like forever in limbo, right? Like they got Kukai, which is really good, and they got Michi, which is really good, and Paritia, but then nobody else. Like they don't have a Corrosion-based healer, they don't have a Corrosion-based tank or a Vanguard or anything like that. So Corrosion's just kind of in limbo. And then same thing for well, the fire team is totally complete, mostly complete. You could like, there's a couple more units that we don't have that they're getting, but they have a complete team on the CN servers. And then who else am I forgetting about? Let's see here. There's another team that's like missing a bunch of pieces. Oh, duh, the team I'm running, the Frost team. Unfortunately, the Frost team is... Ooh, can I get past these guys without having to fight? Yes, sneak. The Frost team has got, a sniper, and it's got a healer and a decent buffer, but like nobody else, right? There's no other... Well, that was stupid. There's no other like characters that fit. I don't even need to do that. So yeah, it's like you end up with these like half-baked teams. Yes. Surely this guy's vision won't reach all the way to me. Yeah, we're fine. Whoa. Well, he says, if I was Mika, I would stagger the Lawrence and Springfield releases. A lot of people will be pulling, but for different reasons. I agree. I actually I don't see why Florence wouldn't work with Springfield. In fact, I think they do want to be on the same team. It's just that obviously Springfield pairs way better with Tololo. I think they all three of them pair together, right? Like you do Tololo, Springfield, and Florence, and Florence puts the attack buff on Tololo, who takes a million turns and life leeches herself, but that's okay because Springfield just heals her up. And also gives her confectants. I think that's kind of the play, but I don't play on the CN servers, so I can't verify that. You just have to, just my theory crafting. But it is also weird because, right, we are missing, the play styles are kind of limited. Right, like Corrosion Team, for example, I said is all single, or all AoE, right? Like there are no single target corrosion-based units to really, like, pick. Unless you consider Nemesis. But yeah, it's like... So you end up with a problem, right? Like, let's say your favorite element is Corrosion, and you want to build, like, a Corrosion single-target damage-dealing team. It's like, well, too bad. This guy is going to die so fast. Let's... He's also body blocking me? So rude. Oh no, mechanics are happening, guys. They want me to do the mechanics, but I will stubbornly refuse. Look at, I'm stalling because I'm pretty sure Macchiao is going to kill him in one hit. But I'm trying to make this exciting. Oh my god, who could have seen this coming? Well, that was fun. Thanks for coming to the stream, guys. I hope you had fun. I sure did. See you guys next week. Nah, I'm just joking. I wouldn't abandon you that quick. We'll do another one just for funsies, and we'll talk about nothing. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, that is kind of all I have planned for tonight. Let's do a fire team on this. No, I'm sick and tired of looking at that thing. Too much of the whoa, cancel. Too much of the Gunsmoke Frontline of seeing that boss. I think we're having it again for the third time in a row. It's like, what happened to the robot we had one time? I don't really know. We fought him, I think, one Gunsmoke, and then he's just like, peace out. My job here is done. Time for the Klukai and Vector shilling bosses. Jarvis play one-shot kill, dude. Yes, the best theme. Can I snag this? Like, very delicately. And that's, I walked right in his vision range, but he didn't see me. He's like pretending to be stupid, and I'm okay with it. I didn't even need to pick that up, but I did anyway. Yeah, I'm like James Bond right now. Oh, that's not James Bond. Doon, 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 doon. Doon, 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 doon. Forgot. Most of the kids who are watching this stream probably don't even remember 007 GoldenEye. I shouldn't be humming the tune. The systematic elimination of every enemy. Oh, he didn't even hear me. It's because I got a suppressor. Did you know that suppressors make guns silent? It's a lie. Okay, I have picked apart all your boys. Well, I'm gonna taunt you. I'm gonna taunt you. Whoop. 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 What's this button do? Why did she run all the way over there to do that? Hell yeah, we did it. One action. Well, I kind of joke about how easy the game is, but I'm not really upset about it. I do just wish that there was like something we could do together and have fun. You know. Speaking of something we can do together, have fun. This is how we're really gonna spend tonight. I'm tempted to try out Cheetah. Because I mean, I did Macchiato one time and it was awesome. Let's do Cheetah. Let's do Cheetah. We're gonna have fun, guys. And then we're gonna end the stream in a little bit. Unless you guys think of something you want me to go over. You got questions? I mean, I know there's a couple people watching, but there's just, you know, this is the struggle. I got no new characters to show you, and I got no new content to go over. Like, this is the most new content. I thought I was, I'm like, oh no, I can't. Thought I was gonna get hit by those bombs. Let's do speed, let's zoom. We're zooming, boys. Oh, can't zoom that much, though. Whoa! Alright, I'm getting real sloppy here. The greed is, Yes. I need to be careful so I don't die before I get the healing thing. Arlo wants me to talk about the Pacers losing to the Thunder. I'm sorry, dude. I am not a sports bro. I used to be really big into sports when I was younger, and then I don't know. It didn't. My local favorite team that I was really hyped about went to the Super Bowl. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. My favorite team went to the Super Bowl and got smashed. Well, they started winning really good, and then they got like depressingly smashed for the rest of the Super Bowl, and that was just so dream crushing. I'm just like, you know what? I don't really care about sports anymore. That was back when I was more of a bro and less of a gamer. In my much younger years. That was kind of, to be fair though, that was also back in the day when the internet was a lot more young. We didn't even have waifu games back then. Back when I was playing them. Let's put it this way, in that time period, World of Warcraft was like brand new. It was like still the brand new hit game that everyone was talking about. We're doing it, boys. Yeah, I know, Wooly. I know there's like probably like a meta. Which one is the speed one? I'm not even getting that to pick. You're bullying me because I'm not picking the speed and the shrink size one, but I haven't even seen that come up yet. But I'm also not reading, so I'm trying to blend in with the the other players from the North American server. Crushing it. Okay, this is the one that I'm looking for with the hitbox reduced. And I'm sure one of these upgrades makes the bombs bigger, right? Yes, there. Bigger bombs. This is what we're talking about. Wooly was trying to enlighten me. More. Oh, let's get risky. Let's get real close. Ooh. Zooming in, getting real close. I like how I still got hit. No, Wooly, you can't make me read. It is funny. We always make fun of gacha game players as not being able to read, but I promise you, other games are no better. I do play other things besides gacha games, and anytime I like have a question on something, I'll like just like look it up or double check or whatever. And you know, my questions are good. Everyone else's questions are garbage, and their questions are all real dumb. Like people like asking things that are literally in front of them. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm about to get hit by 3 things. I somehow did not get hit with them. But yeah, other games, like other game communities, are also equally not good at reading. So it's not just a gacha game player problem. Hell yeah, dude! Now we're zooming. Now we're zooming. Little mini cheetah. Dude, we're zooming in. Duck, dip, dive, dodge, and sports ball. Whoa! Zooming. Probably take that one. It's good to have one level of this. Oh yeah, dude, we are cruising, dude. I got hit with something. I don't even know what I got hit with though. I probably ran right into like one of these dudes. They're little. Let's just keep doing this one. I don't think that's the one we want to take, but all right. Let's get real close. Get real close and friendly. Oh no, they're circling me in, boys. So this is more exciting than some of the other stuff we did tonight. All right, here we go. More radius, yes. Wait. Ooh, there's a lot of words. I'm not gonna read any of them. Bigger bombs. Hell yeah, dude! Look at them. They're huge. They're huge. Oh, I'm zooming. Oh, dude, Wooly, if you're talking about Wrath of the Righteous, dude, that's not a fair comparison because that game is the opposite of, like, just read. Like, there's so much reading in that game. I don't blame anybody for not understanding how that game works. Like, that whole Pathfinder system, dude, it's like paragraphs. Every ability, every spell, everything, every feat is like a 3-paragraph explanation, which, don't get me wrong, makes the game incredibly fun and interesting because there are some crazy fun combos and like class combinations you can come up with, but I don't blame anyone for not understanding how that game works because that game is like, dude, that's like high level math. Like I feel like I'm getting a physics degree anytime I try and do a character build. Oh dude, oh man, dude, we are exploding. Whoa! They're attacking me. The diner grates. Oh, uh-oh. We're in trouble, boys. Will something give me 1 HP? Because I think I'm about to die. Who? Oh my god. Zoom out of there. Nope. I goofed. I wiggled too hard. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not strong enough. I need to go into my hyperbolic time chamber and train how to... Oh my god, we were on easy that whole time, too. I'm so stupid. I'm supposed to be going up in difficulty. Well, whatever. Maybe we'll save it for next week. We'll have... Although we'll have actual stuff to do next week, because we'll have both Gunsmoke Frontline to, like, mess around in, and also... we'll have a new expansion drill. Yeah, I can't think of anything I want to... Like I said, I was maybe going to spend some time building the character, but... Oh, dude, yeah, sorry. We're getting off on a tangent again, but Wooly picked some of my favorite games, and yeah, Rogue Trader. The Rogue Trader system is even worse than Pathfinder, if it's possible. I think a lot of it has to do with Rogue Trader deciding that for no reason, well, not no reason, but they tried to do the D100 system where everything's like a percentile, and that only made it even more complicated because I understand that technically a D20 could also be converted into a percentile system very easily, but it's just like a mind thing, right? Like you're so used to knowing that like +1 to hit or +1 whatever is like essentially 5% chance, and like you're just so used to the number scaling when it comes to things like Pathfinder, and then you switch over to a D100 system or a percentile system like Rogue Trader has, and they are just all over the place, and it just melts your brain. You're just like, is this number big or not? And then obviously there was some very gamey things that you could do in Rogue Trader, like some of the builds you could make, like snipers be critting for like 10,000 damage and like one-shotting every enemy in the game and then taking a million turns, which they did eventually nerf, kind of. But I liked the story elements of both those games. Wrath of the Righteous is probably one of my favorite RPGs of all time. And that's saying a lot. Like even compared to like Baldur's Gate 3, like I still think Wrath of the Righteous, like storyline wise, gameplay is a little less amazing, although it is like very fun. But the storyline I thought for Wrath of the Righteous was just top tier, man. So good. I'm gonna stop talking because it's totally unrelated to the game we're playing. And Nemesis just give me that like, are you done yapping yet look, which I am. But maybe one day we'll nerd out and we'll talk about RPGs. But today I think we're gonna end it there. I'm not gonna sit here and drag this out for no reason. Sorry I didn't get the new character, guys. Eventually my luck had to not be lucky. Yeah, that made sense. So anyway, we're gonna call it here, and next week we'll have like I said, a couple different things we can do. We'll mess around with that, and we'll have a grandiose old time. So until then, maybe we'll even have some news about the next character from a special Balin Island broadcast. So until then, you guys have a great weekend, and you're the best. You're all the best. I love you all. Mwah. Bye. It's Pride Month. I can do that kind of stuff.